Alright. Now I gotta crop it out. I was hoping I could make the 3, 2, 1. So let's hope they're in here. They gonna hopefully start coming in. Let me put my phone on do not disturb.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right, we got one person in here. We got one person in here so far. We don't
Let me,
have
let me pull up the
Yeah, pull it up.
Nixons.
Pull it up. Pull it up. Pull it up. We are here to talk some NXT Takeover, stand and deliver. Pull it up, Jesse. Make sure everything's in order. How we looking? You look alright? Yeah, you do look beautiful, Jesse. I just got a haircut. Hopefully you look good. Do you mind? Good.
My hairline is a little,
All right. Yeah, bro. We got that 4K on us. We good, bro. We good. We look good. All right. So we're here. Are you ready?
Yeah. I'll try to pay attention to comments rolling and stuff like that.
Yeah, awesome. So I'm gonna crop all this and start the actual review here.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Hello, guys. Welcome to what is going to be an NXT Takeover Stand and Deliver discussion and review. It's me, Christian, along with one of my bestest of friends, Jesse.
Yeah, the one and only Jesse. Obviously, we're doing a universe mode with the 2K. And if you're not, tune into that because we're almost done, guys. But tonight actually, we just watched NXT Takeover Stand and Deliver. And we're going to talk about it for a little bit. So leave us your opinions down below, what you thought, what was match of the night, stuff like that. And we'll be just chopping up the pay-per-view real quick. So
as he said, if you guys are watching this for the first time, we do WWE 2K Universe mode. Somehow we're still persevering and doing that. Lord knows how long it feels like it's been. But today we're not talking about that. Today we are talking about NXT Takeover. It's WrestleMania weekend. It's feeling like WrestleMania a little bit. It's starting to, at least. It's hard to feel like this right now because we're in a total different setting than what we're used to. You know what I mean? We're not out and about as normal. But it definitely feels like it's WrestleMania time, man.
Yeah. Now that NXT Takeover is officially over, tomorrow is Friday. So last Friday night, go home show for SmackDown, and then Saturday, Sunday's Mania, and then Raw after Mania. This year is pretty much over in the wrestling terms, and we're gonna see what happens at the grand finale of WrestleMania with the fans coming back. I think the capacity is about 25 to 30,000. The stage looks pretty good. I don't know if anyone saw the stage for WrestleMania, but I'm curious to see what happens the rest of this the weekend wrestling because
I just hope they don't see my fuzzy socks and my slides.
Yeah, they could see my slides.
Yeah, I didn't realize they were in the shot. Yeah. But we'll talk about that come Sunday. We'll go live right after that, Jesse. But I want to talk about the show that was today because.
Yesterday too, because there's 2 nights.
Yeah, I forgot. I watched them both today, so it kind of felt like one big night for me.
Yeah.
You first night you probably saw just a little more in depth than me. I'm gonna be completely transparent, guys. I talked about this when we did Royal Rumble. Was that a reactions?
Yes.
I believe so.
Yeah.
But when we did a Royal Rumble, I did it from the perspective of somebody who's been a casual fan since for the last I don't know, maybe 2 years. We went to Mania. I don't think I got any memorabilia, but we went to Mania 35.
It's 2019 before COVID. So.
The numbers are all screwy in my head.
35, 37.
Sounds right.
37.
Okay. So yeah, and I haven't seen any wrestling since. And this is where I returned back to. I saw the Royal Rumble show. This is my second show since this is really me playing catch up right now. So I really, besides asking you here and there on Universe mode, I don't know what these storylines are.
Yeah.
I don't know who's champion. I get all that from you. So it felt good though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I haven't seen NXT in a while. This felt like. So I feel like I was telling me and Jesse had this conversation almost the whole show. We were talking about how Raw and SmackDown is and that feel they give you instead of NXT. NXT gives you like me and Jesse were watching it. I had the LED lights. I felt like I was watching a UFC fight night. that's what these matches felt like. It felt like, watching the big boxing nights when you're really, even in those fights, you're really only looking forward to the main event. But this is a whole way through. You could just enjoy every match. I remember seeing that in the NXT I used to know.
Yeah, I don't believe so either. I think that might be a new thing, truthfully, to be honest. I know they don't do that on Raw and SmackDown. I know they do it on AEW.
This felt that
on
was
the backdrop
awesome
with the black and white, where the
yes, it looks like red corner, blue corner.
Yeah. And then after those screens would go there, I kind of wish they did keep those name displays up there during the whole match, because it looks really cool. And during the match, like when we saw Cross and Balor up there, we saw Cole versus O'Reilly and stuff like that. So that was a really cool feature. The stage was pretty cool with the skull. Obviously, they're down in Florida, Stand and Deliver. They honestly did a very good job with the how the arena looked, and they did a great job of like having fans be involved in a show again, because I think this is the first NXT pay-per-view where they actually had, I feel like, over 100 people in the arena.
Yeah, I couldn't see how many rows it was, but
it looked like at least 100 people.
It looked like an indie house crowd for one of those real independent shows. But Jesse, let's talk about. I don't want to have like such a. I hate those super organized. We'll go on a structured, and we won't go past that certain time. No, let's just have an open discussion. Let's just talk about. Like, we literally just turned off the show. And,
yeah, I think honestly we should just talk about what we just saw last.
Yeah, let's just have a discussion like the show just ended, because it did, and we're live. Guys, ask your questions away. Ask us what you think. Make sure, let us know if the stream is moving okay, if you hear us okay. It looks good on my end, so.
Yeah, it looks good on through my phone.
So let's hope we're going good. But Jesse, let's talk about it. The finish, plus, did you know Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly was going to be the main event? Like,
truthfully, if I'm watching an NXT Takeover, you either really have a strong headline with like an NXT title match, or you have the best story going in NXT. And you said it to me before the pay-per-view even started. What's the main event? I said it's probably Balor versus Cross, because it's for the NXT Championship. And you said have this like huge story going on, and I said yeah, and you said no, that might be the main event. I said I don't know. And then
even before that, I said, well, even if that's not the main event, that's the main event.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
That's your main event of the night.
Yeah, because when they were showing Cross coming down to the ring and Finn Balor, I was like, wow, like they're actually doing Cole versus O'Reilly for the main event of the whole show for night 2, and just in general for NXT Takeover. But definitely delivered. It was match of the pay-per-view, match of the night as well. I think the match clocked over about 35 minutes. If I'm wrong, correct me. But I remember the match starting around 10 o'clock, and I think the final bell rang at like 10:37. So about a 35-minute match or so. Definitely was worth it. I feel like there was a few other spots they could have filled in the match. I thought Strong would have had maybe an appearance, maybe through the LED screen or something on the Jumbotron, something like that. Maybe Bobby Fish would have came back from injury. I don't know. Maybe Finn Balor would have helped Kyle O'Reilly get the win. But I feel like with Kyle O'Reilly being the face now, I think they want to make him a strong babyface, winning clean. Even though it was obviously with that crazy finish with the
that was part of the rules
chain on
match.
The knee. Yeah, it is a sanctioned match. So, but having Kyle O'Reilly win is one smart, because it makes Kyle O'Reilly look really clean. He won, beating Adam Cole, the leader of Undisputed Era. How Adam Cole always said, "I am the leader of Undisputed Era. I made you. Without you, you wouldn't be anything." I mean, he got a point, and he's obviously playing his heel character very well. He's the longest reigning NXT champion ever, and it made Kyle O'Reilly look very strong, and I'm glad Adam Cole put Kyle O'Reilly over. So
yeah, man,
definitely not the last time they wrestle each other, though.
That spot at the end.
Yeah.
That spot at the end. See, this match, this is a similar vein in like Edge and Orton of WrestleMania last year.
Yeah.
Like this match reminded me of that in the sense of a lot of people found that match. It had a lot of spots, but because it was so long, it was like spot. All right, nothing's gonna happen. They're gonna literally punch back and forth for another 3 minutes till they can move to the next spot.
Yeah.
This one, as it could have got dragged out. You could have said, all right, this kind of boring me. I just feel like I'm slowly going to each spot,
Yeah.
and it's not really anything in between. Like an action movie. You're not looking for the story.
Mm-hmm.
But that was in this one. They could have gone that route. They didn't. And it was entertaining out of the 35 minutes. You're not a 35-minute match. The whole thing can't be entertaining. But I was entertained for like 30 out of the 35 minutes.
Yeah.
Like there was not much filler at all. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the final spot. I enjoyed Kyle O'Reilly taking the last chance move away from Adam Cole, getting that through. What else, man? What were some of the other spots?
The stage spot where they both went through. The failed table spot where Kyle O'Reilly duplexed Adam Cole. The table didn't break. That was a good spot. I loved what they did with the chains at the end. The Undisputed Era chair was kind of cool how they sat against each other and one another talking. It kind of like was just really just best friends and once a faction all together, kind of just going blow to blow. And the best man won, and it was Kyle O'Reilly. And it was a crazy match. They did a great job of selling at the end of the match, during the match, with all the crazy stuff that happened. And it was a very good main event. I'm glad it was the main event. It was definitely match of the night. So, and it was the match of the entire pay-per-view. So
yeah, it was the match of the show.
Story's not over though.
I'm trying to think. It wasn't. There wasn't many matches though that was. They were all kind of on that level. It didn't become match of the night till
maybe the last 10 minutes.
Probably like the stage spot.
Yeah.
The stage spots probably put it match of the night. But for majority, the match of the night for me was honestly, or match of both nights in reality, was I don't know if it's both nights, but the Shotzi Blackheart Ember Moon match.
That's up there.
That she teamed up against, who was it again?
Hartwell.
Okay, yeah, and Candice LeRae. Okay. Yeah.
Indy Hartwell.
But they were entertaining as hell to me.
Yeah. Came out with the tank. Obviously, Christian didn't know. That was Shotzi Blackheart's gimmick, but she always rolls out with the tank. The new NXT Tag Team Championships. It was a really cool match. Shotzi Blackheart was in the match for a long time. Ember Moon had the double eclipse spot at the end.
Oh yeah, that's
and pretty much sealed the victory. Blackheart had her senton.
I actually want to randomly that made me think because I really like what I assume to be Shotzi Blackheart and Ember Moon's finisher, where she kind of holds her almost in like the AJ Styles class position.
Oh yeah.
And she comes over and clotheslines.
Yeah.
But
that was a clean spot too. Nice finish.
But as much as I like that, I want to give a shout out because the way the arena looked, this was a nice arena. The way the cage complemented the whole backdrop and the scenery, it made it again feel like that big fight feel. The walking down the plank, the skull in the background, it was badass, bro. It was badass.
Yeah, the ramp leading right to the ring, and then the steel steps on the side. I know they sometimes do that with whatchamacallit as well.
Back up.
Is the AEW ring, they do that as well. But yeah, it was a very clean presence with the cage, obviously all the plexiglass behind all of the fans and stuff because of the COVID restrictions and stuff like that. But yeah, honestly, I was a real big fan of what they did and what they were able to, what's the correct wording? Cape with, or
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
I can't think of the word I'm trying to think of. They did a great job of focusing on the surroundings with the limited space they had. So.
Yeah. I like that it was almost like another twist of tonight's show.
Yeah.
And it just felt like it complemented the show, especially how rugged it got it sometimes. But yeah, this match was fun. Overall, the winners, what do you think of them retaining the championship, correct?
Yeah, if I had to bet, if I was betting on it, I definitely would have had Blackheart and Moon retaining because they just got the titles like 2 or 3 weeks ago. They took them from Raquel and Dakota, and now look at Raquel. She's the NXT Women's Champion, so I get that translation there. They put the titles on people that they might want to have the titles on for a bit, and then Raquel be the main champion, and Dakota kind of be the manager of Raquel kind of thing, and just the side switch there because Raquel was always the manager for Dakota and stuff like that. But honestly, there was some other great matches on this NXT tonight and yesterday. Gargano versus what was it? What's his first name? Action? No.
Bronson Reed.
Yeah, Bronson Reed. I'm sorry, Action Bronson.
Action Bronson.
Yeah, literally, that's where my
see
mind
where
was
you're
going.
with it.
Shout out to him. He's lost like over 100 pounds during COVID. It's crazy. He's so skinny now. It's wild. But Bronson Reed and Gargano was actually a pretty good match. I'm surprised Gargano won. Truthfully, he had the double DDT land. Beautiful move, but they had Reed look like a monster.
Before you get to that, I want to talk about. I should have asked you. Does Cole go up?
No.
Cole doesn't go up?
No. There's too much to tell. Because what I was discussing.
And I don't know. I asked you this earlier. I don't know if the draft is after Mania anymore.
No, it's in the fall. It should.
I don't think I like that. Again,
Neither
guys,
do I know.
This is going to be very much so a discussion as well as a review. So bear with us. As well as I'm asking questions because at a certain point I'm an outsider of what's going on right now. I think we talked about it all day.
Monday night should be the draft.
Yeah, Monday night should be the draft. This should be the season
finale.
The season finale. They could even, I know they would never do it, but they could take a week off and come back like a whole new show.
Mm-hmm.
They'll never do that, which is cool because even that you want to tune into the Monday after.
Yeah.
So
the thing with Cole is you can't have him leave NXT with that story. Like he lost to Kyle O'Reilly, but what happens with Roderick Strong?
Yeah. No,
what happens?
And this is the discussion part I want to get into because I haven't seen NXT. We talked about it. This is going to be rehashed for you, but I want to have the discussion on here. I haven't seen NXT in a while, but NXT could be like Raw, SmackDown. They can stay that feel of that brand. They have a certain theme, but when it comes to NXT, it just has a different feel to it. Mm-hmm. You can tell the fights feel different.
Yeah, they really focus on the wrestling.
Raw, SmackDown feels like the family show you sit down on a Monday and you watch. NXT feels like the show you sit down on a Tuesday and watch. It's a different feeling. Mm-hmm. It's an absolute different feeling. And, it's built for almost like a different demographic. The main show is built for the family. Mm-hmm. The NXT show is built for us and people in similar ages than us. So I really feel like they can give, the whole company can be given a kick in that. If they made the draft, an actual draft, and now when you come to NXT, you get that feel. I called it like how they did Raw Underground.
Yeah.
NXT is really underground. That's like, all right, I want to see how they play over here. Almost like an ECW.
Yeah.
And you can still keep your nice little selling T-shirts and putting faces on cereal boxes over on Raw and SmackDown. When it comes to NXT, you're going to get where they kick you in the ass. Like, it's another thing. Like, they give you a kick in the ass. And that's what I think NXT could be, man. So
yeah, because back in the day...
that's my little rant on how that should be structured.
Back in the day when they had ECW as that third brand, like, you had people like Kurt Angle on ECW, Big Show, Shelton Benjamin.
Yeah.
These people in the main roster.
With ECW, they failed as a product, but the reason they failed is because they almost went from ECW to that ECW feel, like how NXT has a feel, ECW had a certain feel, and all they did was turn it into another Raw and SmackDown to tag on it. So if they were to do a similar thing of what you're talking about, then everybody's happy. The people that want to watch, the show with their kid is happy because John Cena's winning all these matches. But the person that just wants to watch wrestling because he fell in love with it when it was Attitude Era, they can go ahead and find that in what I think NXT is. Which it just makes me excited as a fan of wrestling and this product in general.
I would definitely agree. Because, like, if you have, like, all these stars that are on the main roster, like, for example, like a Randy Orton, a Brock Lesnar, a Drew McIntyre, he was in NXT already. But just imagine, like, all this talent, Dolph Ziggler, Miz, John Morrison, going to NXT and, like, kind of elevating the brand. Because I feel like when they did that Survivor Series, when it was Raw, SmackDown, and NXT, that was such a good concept because who's the best brand? And that night, NXT won Survivor Series. So what does that tell you? Like, does Triple H really have the, like, NXT by, like, the grasp and, like, trying to show Vince McMahon, like, this is the future of this company. This is what the company can be after you retire, and pretty much him, Stephanie McMahon, and Shane kind of take over.
You don't gotta have all of the thing is NXT is NXT. You don't gotta make Raw NXT.
No, yeah.
Raw can stay Raw. SmackDown can stay SmackDown. The way Vince is running it can be absolutely fine for what they're trying to do there.
There's always adjustments to be made to make every show better.
Can it be a better version of what it's trying to be? Yes, but it's still gonna still trying to be what it is.
Yeah, especially in 2021 too. So.
What Triple H does with NXT, I don't know if I want him doing to all. It works well in NXT.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, if you can elevate people on the main roster that might not be on NXT, like, you can elevate Raw to a certain extent.
I'm trying to eliminate the concept of a main roster in general.
Okay.
Like, there is no main roster. This isn't that development program that it once was.
Yeah.
Like, this is where some of the newer people can go to kind of get respect. Sure, some of the people that, if they debuted on Raw, they might not be known. But it can still be exactly what it's trying to be. Imagine Randy Orton incorporated into this. The Dolph Ziggler, the Bobby Lashley's. Like, it can get real interesting. Oh, man. I hope one day it gets to that level.
I do consider NXT its own brand, its own show, and stuff like that. But at the same time, like, the main roster and Raw and people on SmackDown, the writers and Vince McMahon, they still look at NXT like, you guys aren't even cracking 900,000 viewers. You know what I mean? But, like, at the same time, like, Raw's been struggling with views, and SmackDown's been killing it for, like, months now. But at the same time, like, across the board, I feel like if you have a show like NXT and you incorporate some of that into Raw, like Monday Night Wars, like 4 million people were watching that.
You know what I think, and this is kind of getting way off kinder to what the actual show is, but like I said, this is going to be a discussion as well as a review. You know what I think that we're doing what I said can help on? Sure, it'll definitely, for the first few weeks, NXT will go dramatically up and Raw and SmackDown ratings will go down.
Yeah, that's the point
for the first few weeks. But eventually, the people who tuned into Monday Night Raw before are going to still see some familiar faces, just newer people. That will get back up. SmackDown will get back up, but NXT will enjoy that nice little ride that they took. Yeah. So, man.
That's why I like brand supremacy, kind of, because that was a big thing when we were younger. Like, if SmackDown had a great pay-per-view and Raw had, like, a decent pay-per-view, like, SmackDown has that upper hand. Like, it's like poker. You know, if I have the upper hand in something, like, you're going to feel great in that moment because, like, I'm winning right now. Like, I just had a better pay-per-view than Monday Night Raw. Like, that just shows them, like, you guys got to step it up now. And if not, SmackDown's going to ride the high wave and maybe land the game-winning hand, and then they take all those chips, and they're like, haha, like, SmackDown's on top, NXT's on top. All right, well, what can Raw do to, get the higher hand?
And that's what really made GMs, like, GMs. You know what I mean? Because it felt like a GM of a team. You know what I mean? They're trying to win.
Yeah.
So that was the whole idea then. But anyways, just tangent talk. I got all that out of asking if Adam Cole's going to go up. And that's why I want to kind of eliminate that term. I don't even want to say go up. Is he going to move on to Raw is the question. Or move on to SmackDown. Because these people can stay in NXT forever and just flourish and...
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What I said,
part-time NXTers. We can have that. Why not?
I said it to you before. I think the next thing they incorporate is Bobby Fish coming back from injury, and they somehow involve Roderick Strong. Bro, the money match is Cole, Riley, Strong, and Fish. That's the money match at the next takeover. Or say, I know they usually do a takeover around the SummerSlam too, because that's one of the big four. Say they have Cole versus O'Reilly, or they do Cole versus Strong at the next takeover. And then for the SummerSlam takeover, they have all four of them go at it against each other. That's money. That's a main event, another takeover caliber matchup there.
Bro, they're filled with them. That's what they are in NXT. They are the stars of NXT. They are NXT. Gargano, Bronson Reed. Let's keep talking about that, though.
I talked about it a little bit. I was surprised Bronson Reed honestly really didn't win because...
He was actually featured in both nights, so I guess we kind of got to talk about the first match.
Yeah, that's very true.
Because the gauntlet match happened, and like I said, I haven't watched in a while, so these were all new faces. I saw Isaiah Scott wrestle on some of the... Like, hey, I'm trying to build up this new guy, but he's just debuting, run that maybe Dakota Kai we've seen of and things like that. That's when I saw of him. now to see him with like a character
Heel
along
character.
with the Leon Ruff guy, that his name was.
Yeah,
And
Cameron
then
Grimes,
Cameron
Dexter
Grimes,
Loomis.
Dexter Loomis, which I'm a big Dexter fan.
Yeah.
Coming in a few months, I'm
I
probably
gotta
gonna have
finish
Dexter
that.
on this wall.
I gotta finish that. I just gotta finish that. Watching
man.
Dexter Loomis, I'm like, I have to finish Dexter. Like I think I'm on season 3 or 4. Like I know I gotta finish the show. But LA Knight debuted not too long ago.
I never heard of him.
He's very new to the show.
This
and
match,
then Bronson Reed.
For me at least, this match was what I needed. It was a way to introduce everybody. It felt like that real show opener.
Yeah, because on Takeover, you're trying to have as many people as possible, kind of like a Mania.
Yeah, you want
to have all your people on the show and involved. So
exactly. So what I saw here, out of I told you there was a spot with Leon Ruff. He had like he had a cutter, but from the announce table when the person was standing, it was ridiculous. It was like an eclipse almost. What else? I saw the spots with Dexter Loomis and the what was his name?
LA Knight.
LA Knight. I almost say AL. LA Knight. They look like they're probably gonna go off and feud and do something.
Yep, they will.
Cameron Grimes. I did like what I saw out of him.
Yeah, his character's interesting.
But Bronson Reed is between him and Isaiah Scott. Those people were impressing me the most. I'll probably say Leon Ruff was up there too. He was impressing me.
Yeah.
But Bronson Reed, a person I never really heard of, was looking pretty good. And
I thought Dexter Loomis was going to win the match because just how he was being built. But now he's going to go into a program with LA Knight. Just debuted obviously recently, so maybe they elevate LA Knight there, or they just put Dexter over more.
As long as it doesn't have that one guy, Jesse, what's his name? That I hate. Kona Reeves.
Kona Reeves, yeah.
As long as he's not in that match, it's a good one for me. That's how I view NXT.
That's your first overall pick, bro.
Hell no. If he's in the game, I promise you, I'm Braun Strowman first week. Run into the bull.
I don't draft. I definitely don't draft Keanu Reeves.
Oh, man.
Kona Reeves or whatever his name is.
You said Keanu Reeves?
Yeah.
He's John Wick?
Yeah, imagine. That'd be tough.
That's what he changed his character to.
That would be tough.
Wouldn't be a bad idea. Maybe you want to draft him now, right?
I just give Chris an idea. It's going to be John Wick versus Braun Strowman.
Oh, man.
Ooh.
Oh.
Wait, hold on. Wasn't... No.
Boban.
Yeah, Boban.
That
could low-key be something. Write that down. Braun Strowman versus
Keanu Reeves. Not Keanu Reeves.
Oh, man.
But, bro, I liked what I saw. I will die on this hill. I don't know if it's a hill to die on, but the Bronson Reed, is that his name? His signature is way better than his finisher.
Yeah.
He does I don't even know how you describe it. It's some form of power driver for his signature, and then his finisher is just a basic splash off the top. Yeah. That one.
He's very agile, though. The man's over 300, so cool.
But
I guess.
This match was a good match. Then obviously Bronson Reed goes on to fight Gargano. And Bronson Reed is looking like
a monster.
He might be a monster.
Yeah, threw Gargano over the ropes from the ramp. Took care of Austin Theory on the side there. He was hitting some spots in this match. Was very agile in the ring. Went through the middle rope. Hit both of them on the outside. Looked very overpowering for Gargano, but it's Takeover. It's Gargano, and he defended the North American Championship and. Gargano defended. He beat Bronson Reed, and I'm surprised because I was saying this to you during the pay-per-view and another friend of mine the other day. What can Gargano do in NXT?
But that's exactly why I say view it as its own brand. Don't view it like it's NXT and she's shit out of luck. Because
he's been there for so long.
How many times AJ Styles is in the main event scene, or then he moves whatever, goes from main event scene to the mid-card scene, right? And then all of a sudden he loses the title. He's off your TV for 2 months. You don't see him. He's off your TV. He's fine. Yeah. And then 2 months later, now he's feuding with such and such, and he's back in the ranks. Yeah. They're full time for NXT. They're not part time NXT and trying to move up. They're full time NXT, and I feel like you can give them that time off. But I don't know how they're treating them as far as all that goes. But
yeah, but it's just weird because at the same time, since they're in NXT. I know they would obviously love to be main roster talent, but would they really?
I don't think
at this point. I don't think so either.
I do not think so.
Yeah, but at the same time, if you're Johnny Gargano and his dream was probably to be on the main roster, be WWE champion, You know, so I feel like that's in the back of his mind. But with Triple H running NXT beautifully and William Regal and all those guys, Shawn Michaels, all the great mindsets of wrestling, they're like, I like where I'm at. Like he's champion
At
right
the
now.
same time, though,
His wife
bro,
is in NXT.
At the same time,
So,
though,
it
they
works.
can. A lot of them, Adam Cole, if he's like, hey, I'm gonna stay in NXT for the next 3 years, he'll still have a Mania moment eventually. Like if he's like, hey, my last year.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
So I don't even see it as that. I really think like Adam Cole, if he's an NXT lifer, that's you know what I mean. That's the
crazy.
face. That's what AJ Styles was for TNA.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Gargano, Tommaso.
It can be just that because you don't really have a face of NXT. Who's the face of NXT?
I say Gargano.
It's somebody who's currently there.
I say Gargano.
You don't say Finn Balor. You don't say Kevin Owens. You don't say Sami Zayn anymore. That's gone.
Yeah. The top two faces of NXT are Tommaso and Gargano. They've been there the longest. They've been there since...
I would say Cole.
They've been... No. Cole's only been there for 3 years.
That doesn't matter. I would say Cole.
I put Gargano over Cole, bro. Because he's been there for so long. When did Cole debut in
I think
NXT?
Cole is by far the biggest NXT star.
Yeah, just based off of his title reign alone, and
I don't know
the faction he's had.
It might be Shinsuke next, but
Shinsuke's on the main roster now.
No, I'm saying like ever NXT star. Who is bigger?
Tommaso, I think Tommaso's up there, bro.
I don't think that.
I really do.
I don't think that. I heard when we were in Brooklyn, I heard a whole crowd of $25,000 people say I'm Cole baby. Tommaso Ciampa doesn't have that. Tommaso Ciampa doesn't have that.
Gargano in NXT, so I wouldn't know. I've only.
And not Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish make their debut, but I saw Adam Cole make his like first WWE debut as far as showing his face live, and now today was the official like end to it all of the Undisputed Era.
Mm-hmm.
New themes, we didn't even talk about that.
Yeah, that was interesting. I don't know if those were like old themes that they kept for Kyle or in Adam Cole, but I definitely never heard those songs before in those themes.
They felt like this felt like a new wrestler.
Yeah,
a new character.
That was interesting. It's just, yeah, man. I don't think that story's over with. I just really don't.
Speaking of character, we didn't see the Demon come out.
Yeah, that was a big letdown. But I think they're holding that off for the rematch clause because obviously Finn Balor was the champion since September, I believe. I think he became champion right around my birthday, which is the end of September. So 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 7th one in the reign of the NXT title is a good little reign, over 200 some days. So him versus Karrion Kross, the Demon, and he's only lost now twice at Takeover, Finn Balor.
Oh, that's right. They did show his record.
Yeah. So now we get to see, hopefully, Karrion Kross versus the Demon Finn Balor. Maybe
I like where your mind is going.
At the next Takeover, because he did tease the Demon character a few weeks ago on NXT, but he didn't come out with the Demon character. He wrote the X marks the spot kind of deal on his shoulder, and he's Prince Balor still. But I feel like for the rematch clause, he definitely brings out the Demon.
And then loses?
Yeah. You're gonna
bring out the Demon and lose? I don't know.
You're gonna put the title back on Finn after 2 months.
But that's what I'm saying. If you bring the Demon, that might be an excuse for a loss.
Yeah, but if you have Demon come back, he's only one time as the Demon to Samoa Joe, who's a commentator now, and it's sad what has happened to his career. But Samoa Joe versus the Demon, like Samoa Joe's a big dude. Like he's brolic and he can move, and he beat the Demon in the past. If you have Karrion Kross beat the Demon, that just elevates him to being, this guy is going to have the title for a grip kind of feel.
Yeah.
So
I get that.
And he deserves it because he tore his rotator cuff back in the summer when he went against Keith Lee. Freak accident. Obviously, he was meant to be champion while Finn Balor was champion. You get what I'm saying? So now I feel like it's his time to have that title for a long time, just in case he does go to the main roster and Vince McMahon wants him.
I haven't seen too much of him. Everything I have seen, he looks like, you said Vince McMahon, he looks like a character. He looks like a body type, I should say. Take away the character, I know that Vince McMahon would like. I don't know if Vince McMahon can do well with his character.
Yeah.
He's been folding all the NXT come-ups with managers, first of all.
Uh-huh.
And this has been happening since way back when. War Machine came up. They were the biggest thing smoking. I don't know why the managers, Andrade,
AOP. He had a manager at one point.
Up, I believe. Forgot who the manager was. That's what I said. AOP. What did I say?
War Machine.
I meant AOP. Yeah, things like that. He folds that aspect. He usually does. Aleister Black doesn't talk much. He folds that for those type of characters.
Ricochet doesn't have a character.
So
that's.
So yeah. So I don't know if he'll do.
Vince McMahon looks at him and he's like, 265-pound dude, probably. If I had to guess what Karrion Kross weighs, jacked. He has that dark figure that could work well. Like, look at Undertaker, bro. Like, Vince McMahon did that whole thing for Mark Calloway, and it worked. Why can't he do that with Aleister Black? Why can't he do that with Karrion Kross?
So,
Fiend now.
You think Finn Balor goes up anytime soon?
No.
Okay, so he's staying in NXT. So once again, treating it like a promotion and not just a stepping stool.
Yeah.
Okay, because if that's the case, he can lose to the Demon. If Finn Balor's going to hang around in NXT and he's still got things to do, he's still got tag teams to join, he's still got factions to create, I'm with him losing when he's the Demon in this very case. Because make this be the reign of a dominant champion. That's one thing, though. If you beat the Demon, you got to have that title in dominance first.
He's only been.
Way to do it. You got to do it right.
He came back to NXT in the fall of 2019. So, over a year and a half, he's been back with NXT and just had a pretty long reign with the NXT title for the second time. So, there's him in NXT. He could go to the North American title route, make a tag team, make a faction with Kyle O'Reilly, which I could see down the road. I really can. He could do whatever, really. So, Karrion Kross in the rematch is the Demon.
It would be dope if he had his own faction.
Yeah. Him losing to Karrion Kross as the Demon, maybe it sets up him and Kyle O'Reilly and another person or two as a faction. That's a cool idea to do.
Because I feel like NXT, especially with Undisputed Era gone, we'll talk about it next. I feel like their only real faction left is the Santos Escobar guy. And Imperium, I guess, but I don't know how long.
They're in basically the UK.
Yeah,
though.
exactly. I don't know.
Do you want to count Pete Dunne and Danny Burch as a faction with Pat McAfee?
Okay, yeah.
He's really not like a WWE.
I guess you got them, but I feel like they're all kind of out of it right now.
Yeah, Danny Burch just recently got hurt, vacated the titles. Obviously, MSK became the new tag team champions.
So your one faction is in the cruiserweight scene. I don't. It looks like something. He just won the championship.
Beating Jordan.
He's going to be pretty invested in the cruiserweight scene. So I don't know. Maybe they can still make it work. But that match, I like the unification of the belts. I like the whole concept of the idea because of what you told me, the backstory of Jordan Devlin being it, pre-COVID and now post-COVID, it was vacant. I like it, man. This match
was pretty good. It was a good way to start. This
match might be better than that tag team match I spoke about.
I liked the tag team match a little bit more. Just because of Shotzi Blackheart.
This match particularly, it was awesome for me because I had my nephew who he saw we were watching wrestling, so he brought down his wrestling toys and was playing with him for a majority of this match. And then the end of it, when they started really going into the spots, he was fully invested. He was like, he walked to the couch with his eyes glued to the screen. Yeah. He was in it.
The Spanish fly off the ladder.
Man. The Spanish fly off the ladder, the final, it was either like a headbutt or a shoulder block.
Devlin's finisher is the headbutt.
And that caused Devlin to go through that ladder that I forgot that was even in there. They had multiple spots, man. They went crazy. They were awesome.
Yeah, that was a good match. We talked about the tag match. Karrion Kross and Finn. Talked about the main event, obviously. Was it
we talked
about Gargano and Reed.
We haven't talked about Raquel and
Oh yeah, it was a shame that.
I can tell you where I haven't talked about it. It was my least favorite match of the show.
On it, yeah, because of the time limit, because they were on USA Network, obviously, for Wednesday, because that was the last night they were ever going to be on for Wednesdays, because they're moving to Tuesday nights now and going to compete with Impact now, and AEW is going to be separate, so I can actually watch AEW separately and NXT separately now. So
Man,
that works out.
I really want to get back into wrestling, but that's a lot of wrestling. I can't do that, bro.
Yeah,
I can't do my
Raw,
Mondays filled with Raw,
NXT,
my Tuesdays NXT, Wednesdays
AEW, SmackDown, pay per view, repeat.
Nah, bro, I'm good. I can't do all that. Like,
I feel that.
I'm getting. I told you before. I think I'm gonna get a lot more free time in my new situation. Just because I feel like I can lounge. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But I just don't know if I can. I'm gonna try.
It is a lot of wrestling.
I'm gonna try to keep up with NXT for sure, and I think I'll just be a super casual Raw and SmackDown. This pay-per-view made me want to dive fully into NXT again, and I keep saying I'm gonna do it. I'm telling you, I'm gonna move soon, and once I move, I think I'm gonna be fully committed to NXT, man. They won me over with the show.
Yeah, but I was kind of upset with Raquel. Not obviously winning because she's gonna get a big push. Io Shirai had the title for damn near a year. She won it back. This
got cut way too short. So this match, night one, the last three matches I had to kind of like babysit for half of it.
Night one was solid, but obviously night two was way better.
Yeah, night one with the prelims. No reality.
Night one wasn't as event. Night one wasn't as like it wasn't nothing crazy. Like Raquel beat Io Shirai. Obviously, we're gonna see the rematch down the line. The gauntlet match was cool. The tag match had some spots.
The championship match. Yeah, that was okay.
And then Pete Dunne and Kushida was actually a really good match.
I want to talk about that, but the Raquel and Io Shirai match, too short, man. I was getting into it.
Had another 10 minutes.
I then started washing dishes, and then the match ended, and I looked back, and I was like, well, there was no way that was longer than like 13 minutes.
It was about honestly, a 15-minute match.
It felt like to me it was like 12 minutes long.
It could have been.
So
it definitely didn't go up.
Maybe I got to look at the times. Maybe I was just washing a lot of dishes, but it felt quick. They had spots. They probably had one of the spots of the night, both nights, with the skull.
Yeah, when Io Shirai did the moonsault off to the top rope. That's probably one of the spots of the whole entire pay-per-view in general.
It's that one, and then I would probably say the final spot with Kyle O'Reilly.
The call, yeah, and the stage obviously was a good spot.
Stage spot, and then the ladder spot.
Yeah. And we didn't even talk about Tommaso, bro, and Walter. I thought that was a very solid match. Honestly, I liked what they did in the match.
Real quick, Io Shirai goes up? Or she moves on?
No.
Okay. No. Just asking. Yeah. Cool. I just want to keep the theme going.
Yeah, because she had the title for like 10 months.
I'll go off about Tommaso and Walter.
Yeah, honestly.
You got to enjoy the match more than me. I was honestly moving around too much.
I enjoyed the match more because I pretty much watched the entire thing. Tommaso and Walter, they told a good story in the match. Tommaso was trying to work on the one hand of Walter that obviously he uses for the chops, which he has the best in the business, like ever, better than Ric Flair. I don't care. But he did a great job of trying to break down the body of Walter because obviously he's huge, tall, he's a really big guy, and Tommaso did a great job. Hit Widow's Bell, hit the fairy tale ending, which is crazy to even lift up Walter.
I'm talking about the one on the top rope.
Yeah, he did the fireman's carry move where he drops him on his neck. He obviously did that with Gargano famously, and all the matches with Cole and stuff like that.
That was the one that was a feat of strength for me.
Yeah.
That one was crazy.
Yeah, and then obviously Walter won with the chop at the end. I was really surprised he won that way because normally his finisher is that power bomb. He did finish Tommaso.
I feel like he hit one or two.
He hit two power bombs and then the chop to follow. So yeah, I guess, but like you're gonna end with a chop, like.
It's kind of like how we do universe mode, and once we do a little kick afterwards.
Yeah, like I was just really surprised, like, because Walter's had this title since me and Christian went to NXT Takeover back in Brooklyn, back in 2019, pre-COVID. So this man has had the title for over 700 days. I think Wade Barrett said he's the longest reigning WWE champion since like the 80s. Like 80s is like Hulk Hogan era, like Ricky Steamboat and like all those guys. Like the fact that Walter has a reign this long in the current WWE is very unheard of.
Triple H said Finn is staying in NXT and that the Cole and Kyle O'Reilly feud isn't over. Thank you, DHP Gaming. DHOP Gaming.
Yeah.
Shout out to you.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's good. I mean,
So, Ciampa moves up?
Probably. But what can they do with him?
Keep him on NXT.
That's what I'm saying.
If that's the question, keep him on NXT.
Yeah. Like, if I was Vince McMahon, I would know what to do with him. Like, put him in a mid-card scene. Or, honestly, what he's doing in our universe mode right now is crazy. Obviously, Samoa Joe is hurt.
Is he a face?
Right now, yes.
Has he feuded with Santos Escobar?
I don't think so.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, he's technically a cruiserweight. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
I would like to see that.
That's pretty solid, to be honest. Yeah, that would not be horrible. That works. He keeps him on NXT. He always has said he doesn't want to go to the main roster because he likes being home. In Florida, obviously, lives down there. NXT is his job down there. He makes pretty good money, so... And he loves Triple H. Triple H versus Tommaso. Make that match. That'd be crazy. Crazy. But, in general...
I don't watch UK enough to know about Walter.
Same. I don't watch NXT.
I don't know if it's a good move putting the strap on Ciampa, so I'm not really mad at the decision.
I wasn't mad at the decision either, but out of everyone Walter went against, bless you, definitely like the biggest name that Walter went against during his reign.
Yeah, and
So,
that's right.
Besides Pete Dunne.
But I'm saying...
I don't know if he ever went against Trent Seven or Tyler Bate.
What does Ciampa do for the UK Championship? Does he elevate it at all?
Goes over to the UK, defends it there, defends it on NXT.
I don't think nobody's doing that right now. Not in this state. I wouldn't believe so, at least.
Yeah, I guess.
But
wouldn't be a horrible idea though.
It wouldn't, but
because it keeps Tommaso having new opponents, like him versus Tyler Bate, him versus Trent Seven, him versus Walter again.
I feel like this was kind of their way of giving some of the people that don't watch NXT UK, hey, this is our top guy. Let him go up against one of your top guys
and beat him.
Act like he's gonna get close to having the championship, so you would have to get invested. But no, this is where our top guy is. Come watch us more on NXT UK. That's what it kind of felt like for me.
No, that's true. But overall, I liked this takeover a lot. Definitely not one of my favorites. Definitely not up there for the best takeovers. But pretty solid. If I had to rate the takeover night one, I'll give it a solid 7. It's me being generous.
It's hard because you're. I feel like we're kind of factoring night one into consideration.
Mm-hmm. And then
of the show
for night 2, I'll give it a solid like 8.2. 8.3.
Yeah, if you look at the pay-per-view as a whole like that, then I absolutely get what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Night 2 alone as a show,
definitely.
I'm putting that at like a 9, man.
Oh, okay.
I'm putting that at like a solid 9 because that finale was awesome.
Yeah.
Ladder match was one of the best matches of the whole pay-per-view, both nights. Same thing with the tag team match. It was one of those 2 matches. Was this the Cruiserweight Championship match as well? Yeah. No, that was the ladder match. That was the ladder match.
Yeah. The Gauntlet match was cool.
Gauntlet match was a match night 2. I'm saying.
Oh yeah, that was night.
What else was? It was Balor and Cross, and what was the middle one again?
Gargano.
Gargano and Reed. Yeah, no, that's a solid show, man.
Yeah.
That's a very solid show. 3 out of 5, like really good rewatchable matches for me. And then night 1, as far as that went, it felt like an undercard, but it was a great undercard show. Like it was like, this is what I want to see out of the undercard.
Yeah.
Main event disappointed.
It set up night 2 pretty perfectly.
Yeah, main event really disappointed me for night 1, but overall,
I like Raquel winning though.
I like her winning a lot. I'm gonna be watching NXT, man. I'm going to. I'm telling you. Maybe not.
There's a
right
debut.
Away, but...
There's a new debut on Tuesday.
Oh, that girl. Who do you think she is? Anything special?
It's a girl.
What are we talking about?
The puppy?
I would think it's a girl.
I thought it was a guy. I don't know. Yo, where is Velveteen Dream? Think about that now. I don't know what happened to him.
Few comments flowing in. You're welcome. And to be honest, I don't know what Ciampa would do. I need Walter versus Balor or Walter versus Samoa Joe.
They were supposed to do Walter versus Balor last year, but COVID ruined it.
That's a good one.
That is a great match.
Tyler Bate and Walter had a hella awesome match. Tyler Bate, yeah, I
Really?
heard about that one. I like Tyler Bate a lot. I honestly don't.
Future world champion, bro.
I don't have enough time right now to go ahead and revisit history. Not at the very moment. I'm super busy.
Future world champion, Tyler Bate.
But
in universe mode.
Guys, ask a few comments away before me and Jesse close this off. We've been going for about 50 minutes now. Overall, like I said, Jesse, I had a good time with this show. Night 2 felt like an event, which I liked.
I'm definitely gonna like watching WrestleMania with fans. I really have high hopes because I feel like they need to put on a great show. Because WrestleMania last year in front of no fans was actually pretty good.
And WrestleMania this year, we'll be doing a live show right here, hopefully with you guys joining us as well, dropping some comments, dropping some gems. We'll be legit going right after the final bell rings, as you know, as quickly as I can run over here and get everything set up. Come WrestleMania Day, Sunday. So I don't know when it's gonna end exactly. What do you think?
It'll end by 11:30.
Well, you guys will know when. Hopefully, you guys
I'm
can
off the
go
next
ahead,
day too.
switch apps, take off Peacock, and log on to YouTube. But time. Do you got any last comments before we get going? Let's see if we have the Tuesday person. I'm assuming is Taya Morrison. What? Taya Morrison's wife. Okay. I thought he was saying Taya. I got it. I think I've seen that before. I think I've seen the way she looks before. Because if she was with him in like Impact, I want to say I've seen.
Oh yeah. Yep. Definitely involved with the Karrion Kross feud he had as well. I remember that.
Yeah. So. Could get interesting.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Any bold predictions for Mania before we get out of here?
Roman Reigns wins. Or Edge. If Daniel Bryan wins too, that's great. That's gonna be match of the entire show. I don't care. That just has so much going for it because you can have so much happen. You could have someone interfere with the Usos. You can have Jimmy come back and help Roman, or they could do so much, bro, with that match. Seth Rollins versus Cesaro, another show stealer. Banks versus.
There? It's on the card?
What?
Seth Rollins versus Cesaro?
Yeah, it's on Mania.
Really?
Yep. Yeah. That's going to be a solid match, bro. That's going to be a solid match. Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. That's a WrestleMania match.
Again?
Again. They never wrestled at WrestleMania, though, so I feel like that's going to be solid.
Is it being built good?
No. Logan Paul's going to be there, so...
If it was being built good, man, I would have said match of the night.
Yeah, well, they always had great matches in the Indies and NXT.
Let's see how they treat it, though. It still could be sleeper match of the night.
Yeah. Banks and Belair has potential to be a great match, but the build has been horrible, in my opinion.
What's the other women's match?
Asuka and Rhea. That could be... that both of them could put on 5-star matches in their sleep.
If WWE lets them.
Exactly.
I don't know if they will.
The women's tag team match, I'll pass.
AJ.
AJ and his bodyguard going against New Day. That could low-key be a great match because obviously AJ could wrestle with anybody.
And New Day particularly go a little crazy. They be going crazy.
Especially at Mania, too.
Yeah.
So.
That could be one of the matches.
Drew Bobby.
I just don't know because AJ Styles' bodyguard, I don't know how good he is.
Well, he's just going to get brawled, dude.
Yeah.
Tossing everybody. What else? Drew and Bobby.
Boo.
They're gonna have Brock come back, mark my words, and Bone. They're gonna set that up. What else, man? What else? They're doing Riddle versus Sheamus.
DHOP said Dream has some legal stuff. I saw that previously. Right. I just don't know if that was still. I haven't really read up on it since. I thought after even that stuff happened, he was still wrestling. He was still on NXT legit with the championship winning.
He was feuding with Cole.
So I was like, okay, maybe it wasn't as serious as.
Maybe it's coming to the light now.
Exactly. So I thought maybe it was just like some almost like a rumor type of thing, but it's clearly not. So.
What else is on this card? Riddle versus Sheamus. I hope Riddle wins just because he's this young star, in my opinion. The Intercontinental match is Big E versus the what's Apollo Crews' new character now? Nigerian something. He actually has a really good character now. He's a heel. That could be a really good match because Apollo Crews, I feel like, has improved in the ring. Big E, I think we'll lose that match and probably go to the main event scene To be honest, him versus Roman
He'll
Reigns
be
would be
great in the main
crazy.
event soon.
Oh my goodness.
You just saying that because we did that in Universe Mode.
Yes.
That you guys can also check out on this channel. But Jesse, I think you named just about everything, man. I'm sure you missed a few more. But
yeah.
we'll talk about that
when
it comes. We'll cover it the same way. I'll probably have more of a discussion than a review of anything. At the end of the day, who wants to hear somebody talk about 10 matches individually and breaking them down piece by piece? Sounds boring to me. Jesse, with all that being said, guys, please tune in Sunday, right after WrestleMania. But until then, if I don't see you, have a good day, good evening, and good night. Hope I didn't butcher that.
Peace, guys.
Now I always gotta run and shut it off. Awesome. I gotta.